Have you ever bitten into a fish sandwich expecting that perfect crunch and fresh ocean taste, only to end up with something that feels like a soggy cardboard box wrapped in mayo? That moment hits hard, doesn't it? You stare at the wrapper, wondering why you spent your hard-earned cash on disappointment. I know I have, more times than I'd like to admit. Last summer, during a road trip with my family, we pulled into a drive-thru hoping for a quick lunch that wouldn't weigh us down before hitting the beach. Instead, we got these limp, flavourless things that left everyone picking at their fries and cracking jokes about feeding them to the seagulls. It got me thinking, why do so many chains mess up something as simple as a fish sandwich? With Lent season approaching and folks craving that classic Lenten meal, I decided to test them all myself. I grabbed one from each of the top 10 fast food spots, sat down with a notebook, and ranked them from the ones you'd regret ordering to the two that actually make you smile after that first bite. By the time we're done here, you'll have the full scoop, complete with what makes each one tick or flop. So next time you're scanning the menu board, you can skip the duds and go straight for the winners. And trust me, after tasting these, you'll never look at a fish patty the same way again. Let's ease into this by talking about what makes a good fish sandwich in the first place. It's not rocket science. You want a piece of fish that's flaky and fresh tasting, not some frozen block that's been sitting in a warehouse for months. The breading should snap when you bite it, giving that satisfying crunch without drowning everything in oil. Then come the extras. A bun that's soft but sturdy, tartar sauce with a real zip from pickles, and a hint of lemon. Maybe some crisp lettuce or pickles to cut through the richness. Oh, and cheese. That's tricky. Sometimes it adds a nice melt, other times it just clashes like oil and water. Prices play a role too. Most of these run between $4 and $7, but if you're paying premium, it better deliver. I grew up on these things during Family Fridays, when my dad would bring home takeout and we'd argue over who got the last pickle. Those memories set a high bar. So when I lined up these 10 sandwiches side by side, steaming from the bag, wrappers crinkling under my fingers, I judged them harsh. No favoritism, just straight talk on taste, texture, and value. We start at the very bottom, where the regrets pile up fastest. Buckle up, because number 10 is a real eye-opener from a spot you might grab for a late-night snack. Picture pulling up to White Castle, that glowing sign promising those tiny steamed burgers everyone raves about. But today, we're eyeing their panko-breaded fish slider. At just over $3, it's cheap, which should be a win, right? Wrong. This little guy clocks in at about 3 inches across, made with Alaskan pollock that's been coated in panko crumbs and topped with a thin slice of American cheese. On the surface, it seems straightforward, a mini fish bite between soft buns. But one chomp in and it's clear. The fish is pure mush. No flake, no tenderness, just a greyish paste that squishes out like wet newspaper. The panko? Greasy more than golden, leaving your fingers slick without any real crisp. And that cheese, melty, sure, but it sits there like an uninvited guest, clashing with the mild fish flavour and turning the whole thing into a dairy disaster. Now, tartar sauce could save it. It comes in a side packet, thick and white. You squeeze it on, hopeful. But nope. It's sweet mayo with zero bite. No pickle crunch, no tangy edge, just bland creaminess that makes you wish for ketchup instead. I took one bite and set it down, staring out the window at the parking lot, remembering better sliders from my teenage fast food runs. This one's a skip every time. If you're near White Castle and craving fish, drive on by. Your wallet and taste buds will thank you. But hey, not everything's a total loss. At least it's small, so the regret doesn't last long. So, what could possibly nudge ahead of this mess? Let's shift to number 9, a sandwich that's been around longer than most of us, from a golden arch giant that shaped fast food as we know it. McDonald's Filet-O-Fish hits that nostalgia button hard. Launched back in 1965 to lure in Catholic customers during Lent, it's sold over 1 billion units since. Proof it's got staying power. For about $5, You get that iconic square patty of Alaskan pollock, breaded simply, with a dollop of tartar sauce, half a slice of American cheese, and a soft steamed bun. It arrives looking picture perfect, neat edges, steam rising, just like the ads from your childhood. I unwrap mine on a park bench, the sun warming the paper, and for a second, it felt like time travel. But reality bites back quick. The patty's more fish stick than Philly. Processed, uniform, with a faint ocean whiff buried under steam. No real fish punch. It's so neutral that even seafood skeptics could down it without complaint. That's the killer flaw here. In a lineup of fish sandwiches, blandness is betrayal. The tartar sauce tries, creamy with light relish and onion bits, but it's whisper quiet, no zesty kick to wake things up. The cheese melts, okay, adding a salty note, but it can't carry the load. And the bun, steamy and soft, but it soaks up any moisture fast, turning gummy. I finished it out of respect for old times, road trips with cousins, splitting fries after school, but it left me wanting. It's consistent, sure, like everything McDonald's does, but consistency without flavour is just repetition. Slightly better than White Castle, because the pieces fit together without falling apart, yet it's too safe, too frozen aisle basic. If icons could retire gracefully, this one might. Next up, we tackle its biggest rival, a sandwich that swings for the fences with a bolder name and a few smart tweaks. Does it connect or strike out? Keep listening. Burger King's Big Fish lands at number 8, priced around $5, and right away, the name feels like a stretch. It's no monster, more like a standard handful. Still, it's Alaskan pollock again, square-shaped with thicker panko breading than McDonald's, served on a sesame seed bun with tartar sauce slathered top and bottom, plus shredded lettuce and pickles. No cheese here, which is a relief after the last two. I grabbed mine during a rainy afternoon drive, the wipers thumping as I peeled back the foil. First bite, the breading delivers a decent crunch, thicker and less greasy, letting the pollock peek through with mild flakiness. It's familiar territory, same fish base as the Filet-O-Fish, but the toppings lift it. Those pickles, crisp and salty, slicing through the fried richness like a fresh wave on shore. The lettuce adds a cool crunch, keeping things from getting heavy. And the tartar, it has more life, tangy with noticeable pickle flecks, spread generously so every bite gets a hit. It's not gourmet, but it shows effort, like the kitchen cared enough to balance the flavours. Compared to McDonald's, it's the underdog that pulls ahead. Crispier coat, smarter add-ons, no dairy distraction. I ate the whole thing without pausing, windows fogging up from the warmth, and thought, okay, this works for a quick fix. But it's still playing it safe with that processed patty, no wild innovation. If you're Team BK for burgers, this edges out the golden arches for fish, but don't expect fireworks. Now, things get interesting as we climb. Number 7 steps away from the cheap squares into premium territory, from a chain that prides itself on fresh, made-to-order eats. On paper, it's a dream. Does the taste match? Culver's enters at $7 and at $6. It's the priciest so far, which amps up the pressure. They swap pollock for hand-cut North Atlantic cod, battered fresh and fried to order on a buttered, toasted hoagie roll, with Wisconsin cheddar shreds and a side of tartar sauce. Sounds like a winner, especially from a spot known for buttery burgers and creamy custards. I ordered mine fresh off the line, watching the cook dip the fillet, golden batter hitting hot oil with a sizzle that filled the air. The cod arrives flaky and white, a step up in quality, with that clean, mild sweetness you get from real ocean catch. But here's the heartbreak. The batter goes soft, fast. No crunch, just a doughy layer that blends into the bun, turning the whole sandwich into a squishy puzzle where you can't tell fish from bread. The cheddar? A few sad strings that melt but don't add much. And the tartar, barely there, more implied than applied, so you end up dipping desperately. I sat in my car, poking at it with a fry, frustrated because the ingredients screamed top tier. This cod could star in a seaside shack meal, but trapped here, it's muffled. Culver's nails fresh prep, sustainably sourced, no freezer burn, but execution fumbles the basics. Crispy outside, present sauce, those are non-negotiables. It beats the processed crowd on fish alone, but the letdown drops it here. Reminds me of that family vacation where we splurged on fresh seafood, only for rain to ruin the picnic. Potential wasted. So, we move from high hopes to low expectations next. Number 6 surprises from a frozen treat haven that dips into dinner. Can ice cream pros handle hot fish? Dairy Queen at $6, $4.50 a pop. And honestly, I approached with zero hype. Blizzards are their jam, not fillets. Their wild Alaskan pollock sandwich bucks the square trend, a big triangular patty that overhangs the plain bun, breaded with a garlic-seasoned coat, topped with tartar and a leaf of lettuce. Unwrapping it, curbside, the size impressed, nearly 6 inches wide, edges fried crisp, while the centre stayed juicy. That garlic hit first, savoury and warm, like a hint of Sunday roast on seafood, making the pollock taste alive, not processed. For the fish alone, it's a quiet hero, flaky, moist, better than most. But then the toppings tank it. The lettuce, slimy and wilted, like it sat too long under lights. I peeled off most, grimacing at the texture. The tartar sauce seals the deal, or undoes it. Thin, gooey white stuff that's pure mayo, no pickle pop, no acid balance. It dribbles without flavour, leaving the great patty swimming in regret. Halfway through, I was mixing bites with ketchup packets just to finish. It's a split personality. Stellar fish dragging deadweight extras. Beats Culver's on texture contrast, but loses on assembly. If DQ stuck to desserts, no harm. But this half win, half flop, keeps it mid-pack. We're over the hump now, into sandwiches that hold together without major stumbles. Number 5 comes from a meat lover's paradise branching into C, with a build that feels thoughtful. Ready to see if bigger means better? Arby's crispy fish sandwich claims 5, launched in spring 2025 as a limited run, going for $5 on a sesame bun. Alaskan pollock fillet, panko crusted, with fresh lettuce, tartar, and no cheese overload. It arrives beefy, literally larger than the last few, about 5 inches square, with visible crunch lines that promise payoff. Biting in, you hear it. That audible snap, followed by moist, flaky fish that's mostly even, though a couple chewy bits snuck in. Flavours neutral, not too fish-forward, which suits casual eaters. But the toppings shine. Lettuce crunches fresh, no slime here, adding bite. Tartar sauce does its job, store-bought level, creamy with relish tang, slathered just right without drowning. No weak links, everything solid, from bun's subtle seeds to patty's grease control. I ate mine post-gym, the crunch satisfying that salt craving without heaviness. It's the first without disasters, decent across the board, value packed for the price. Arby's "we have the meats" tag now nods to fish too, and this proves they can pivot. Edges Dairy Queen by fixing the flaws, but lacks spark to climb higher. From meat to pure sea now. Number 4, from a chain that's all in on ocean eats. Specialists should dominate, right? Let's test that. Long John Silver's at $4.50, and as seafood-only pros, no burgers, no distractions, they ought to crush this. Their classic fish sandwich uses wild Alaskan pollock in a wet batter, like fish and chips, on a standard bun with tartar and optional cheese. We skipped it. The fish steals the show. Tender, melt-in-mouth pollock under a delicate golden coat that's flavourful, not dry, rich with that fried sea aroma. By itself, it's peak. Flaky, seasoned just so, evoking boardwalk memories from my coastal hometown. But sandwich form? The bun fights back, stiff and crusty, clashing with the soft fish like sandpaper on silk. Tartar sauce overpowers too, Sharp, mustardy tang that bites instead of balances, masking the pollock's subtlety. I picked at it, dockside, waves lapping nearby, wishing for the standalone planks they do so well. Great fish wasted in poor packaging, order the pieces solo for joy. It tops Arby's on fish quality but sinks on harmony, landing mid-high. Top 3 incoming, surprises and standouts where details elevate the everyday. Number 3, shocks from a square patty staple you wouldn't bet on for seafood, but they deliver harmony that hooks you. Wendy's crispy panko fish sandwich bursts into $3.99 with sustainably sourced Alaskan pollock, larger square than rivals, panko crusted on a premium bun, American cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and house-made tartar. Don't knock the square. It's hefty, nearly covering the bun edge to edge. The crust, super crunchy, laced with garlic and onion whispers that amp the mild pollock without overwhelming. Cheese melts seamlessly here, not clashing, just creamy backup. But the tartar elevates, creamy tangy explosion from fresh dill paired with crisp pickles for vibrant pop. Every layer sinks, the bun toasts light, veggies crunch fresh, fish flakes true. I savoured mine on a lunch break, flavours lingering like a well-told story. Wendy's, Burger King's, crafted a thoughtful whole. Sustainable nod adds ethics. Sets a bar, complete, craveable. Beats Long John Silver's by nailing assembly. To top it, number 2 indulges from a chicken spot, flooding greatness in sauce and bun luxury. Almost perfect. What pushes it shy of gold? Church's Texas chicken fish sandwich at $2, $5, triangular wild Alaskan pollock panko fillet on a butter-toasted brioche bun, drowning in tartar, with pickle chips. Sauce hits first. Generous, balanced sweet tang from relish, zesty and lick-worthy. Double pickles amplify it. Fish follows. Non-square, natural shape, crispy not greasy coat over juicy flake. But the bun seals supremacy, buttery, sweet dense yet pillowy, cradling the mess without sogginess. I devoured mine tailgating a game, sauce dripping joyfully, bun holding firm. Church's blends indulgence and craft, near flawless, edging Wendy's on luxury and portion. Premium feel without premium price, so close to unbeatable. But number 1, it redefines by ditching pollock for sweeter stars, channeling legend-level prep. The crown awaits. Popeye's flounder fish sandwich reigns at $1, $6 seasonal. Hurry, gone post-Lent till 2026. Wild flounder marinated in Louisiana herbs, legendary crispy coat, that 2019 chicken frenzy vibe, on soft brioche with barrel-cured pickles and bold tartar. Against the pollock tide, flounder shines, mild sweet, ultra juicy, spice-kissed. Coat snaps legendary, crispy, seasoned bliss. Pickles crunch thick, tartar pickle forward art, bold harmony. Every bite sings, bun cushions, fish stars, sauce unites. I queued like 19, worth every weight. It's league apart excellence. Seasonal sting, but grab now. Whew! From White Castle mush to Popeye's triumph, and Church's close second, these two redeem the genre, worth every penny. Avoid the bottom for sanity, chase the top for satisfaction. The rest? Decent detours. What's your go-to, or did I miss the mark? Drop it in comments. I read every one. If this saved you a bad bite, smash like and subscribe for more rankings that keep it real. See you next time. Stay hungry, choose smart,